Is that still a viable option? It's a major.
Should I call him lying? If I call him lying, is it going to slow down the algorithm? Because everybody in the algorithm knows he keeps lying. If he tackles Conor win, I got to call him win because he hasn't did anything yet. But when he does do something, which he said he's going to get cleared away from Debo, which doesn't seem like a UK, British, standing on business kind of thing. But I'll leave that to another show. We're talking about Ryan Garcia, and is he going to do it? And Henry, yes and yes and yes. I mean, get this shit out, man. Are we going to get to this ring belt? Because guess what? While all of them are that's what they thought, see? So Debo said, they're going to play with that. He said, Dad, go down there. The ring belt is what we want.
But let me ask you.
Specifically, look Mr. Versace in the face and say, we don't want anything next but the ring belt.
With Ryan Garcia getting set to face Conor Benn, the outcome could have major implications for what comes next. If Ryan gets his hand raised, Bill Haney wants to see him settle unfinished business with Devin Haney in a highly anticipated rematch.
Is that viable if Ryan wins? Will we finally get that rematch if everything could come together?
Do they want to fight for the ring belt?
I think they do.
Well, let's get it on. You make it happen. You know that you're going to make it happen, Mr. Versace.
Well, with your boxing mind, do you give Ryan the advantage in that fight? Do you think he'll beat Ben, or do you think Ben could pull it off?
Depending on if both of them are on the same thing at the same time on the same night, then we might have a good fight.
As Devin Haney looks to rebuild his position at welterweight, he still sees redemption against Ryan Garcia as a major goal. Haney says he wants the best fights available, and if Ryan gets the win, he believes their paths could line up for a massive rematch.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of it. This is definitely part of it. You guys know that, I really want the redemption with Ryan Garcia, but, the best guy at 147 was Brian Norman. And now I'm the best guy at 147. I'm back to, the man of the division, what I once was. And, I'm willing to fight, whoever. I want to fight the best fighters in the world, make the best fights happen. And, yeah.
Potentially setting you guys up for a nice unification fight. Is that the fight that you want?
Of course, that's redemption, So the same way he was rooting for me, I'll be rooting for him. I want him to win. And I think that it will align. And it will be a massive fight.
Ryan Garcia also continues to push for the rematch. He believes Devin Haney still carries the memory of their first fight. Ryan insists he wants another chance to prove himself and says he plans to make the second fight even more decisive.
They still got that fear I put in them, and they don't want to taste that fear again because it's going to be worse next time. And, I plan on him never fighting again after we fight the second time. I'll put an end to it.
Do you think he's in a position where, regardless of the asterisk on the fight, he needs it more than you need it?
He knows deep inside that had nothing to do with whatever they say was in my system. He knows in his heart. They could lie, they could spin the narrative, they could accuse me all they want. They know deep down inside that they know they got an ass whooping that night. And the fact that they don't want that back, that shows you a lot, that I put a lot of fear into them. I destroyed a big part of their confidence, and they don't want to go through that again.
Moreover, Ryan Garcia questions whether Devin Haney has the competitive spirit to go through with it. He believes fighters should be willing to take on difficult challenges instead of being too strategic about their careers.
He did it that way. Let's do it this way, and when I beat him, then we can have a trilogy.
Okay.
Right? That's fair.
Why not?
Is it fair?
I guess so, yeah, that's fair. You went down.
Right, I went down, you come up.
I just don't know that he's going to do it. He's not as big as.
But why is he like that? Like, where's his competitive spirit at?
It's a fair question. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely need to see.
That's what kills boxing. Is like when people don't have the competitive spirit to like get in there. It's like kind of kills the sport when you're trying to be too strategic.
Right.
However, with the Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn fight approaching, Teddy Atlas is focusing on the biggest question: whether Ryan has the right mindset. He admits Ryan has the speed, power, explosiveness, and natural talent to beat anyone when he's fully focused.
Which Ryan Garcia is going to show up? Does he even know? I think that's what it comes down to. I always say, I've said it for years, 75% of this business is mental. With Ryan Garcia, it might be 95%. I mean, He's not used up physically. He's still young. He's fine physically. He's got the speed advantage. He's got the power advantage. He's more quick twitch. He's more, he's more explosive. He's the more explosive fighter here. He's got that real good kind of left hook. He throws it to the head or the body. He's a talented, athletic fighter who is not consistent.
While raising his concerns, Tim Bradley is questioning whether Ryan Garcia is preparing seriously enough for his upcoming fight. He wants to see the same intensity and conditioning Ryan showed in his previous bout, warning him not to underestimate his opponent or let distractions take him away from boxing.
Has anybody been following Ryan Garcia? Have anybody been seeing his training and like, I hope he's working harder than what the hell I'm seeing. Man, Ryan, yeah, don't take this dude lightly, man. This dude ain't here to play with your ass. Man, you need to be in the same shape you was in your last fight against Barrios. That's how you need to be, bro. Shit, that's why I can't be dependent on your ass, man. I can't get behind your ass because I don't know what the hell you doing. All I'm seeing your ass is on Kick, social media, chasing ass. That's all I see you doing. That's it. You on social media. You want to be a fighter or you want to be a social media darling, bro? Pick one. Boxing gets jealous, bro. You get in there and you get your ass knocked out and get your ass embarrassed, bro. Come on, bro. For real. Your mitt work I'm looking at, I'm like, man, where is the intensity at? Ain't no intensity in that shit. You training in your house and shit like that, bro? Come on, man.
Max Kellerman believes Conor Benn's move back down could be a major factor, especially after adding muscle at a higher weight. Kellerman feels Ryan Garcia has the power to make him pay. He also expects Ryan to target the body, particularly if Benn is dealing with the effects of the weight cut.
Conor Benn, if you go back, was a big, strong, power-punching welterweight who, because of the family rivalry with the Eubanks, moved up to fight a bigger man. But once he moved up, it's like when Roy went to heavyweight. It's a great example. It's not that he just moved up and he ate some extra pasta. The dude put on lean muscle. So now you're 160 with lean muscle. You got to melt off. It's hard to make the weight anyway, but you got to take off another 15, 13 pounds of lean muscle on top of it. It's hard. And Ryan can box, or if Conor, especially if he's weight trained, is training for a knockout like Gabe says, and he's coming in on him because Conor's a dog, he is. But sometimes, like Joe Frazier was a dog. George Foreman hits so hard that on the way in, it doesn't matter how much dog you have in you, you get lifted off the canvas, right? And Ryan has that kind of power.
I could see.
Looking at the matchup, Sean Porter believes the styles favor Ryan Garcia, especially after his recent performance. He sees Ryan's speed and long-range power giving Conor Benn problems, while still warning that Benn's toughness could keep him in the fight. Overall, Porter gives Ryan the edge and sees a possible stoppage.
I think that fight, based off of how Ryan Garcia just looked in his last fight, I mean, it looks like he beats Conor Benn. Conor Benn has a style that matches what Ryan is good. You know, the style clash favors Ryan Garcia because of his speed, because of his power from the outside. So definitely a tough fight for Conor Benn. Again, based off of Ryan's last fight, I would say 60-40. Ryan Garcia wins that fight, possibly KO, but Conor is very, very tough, and that's what I already knew about him, but I got to see it firsthand when we sparred. He's much more versatile than we saw in the first fight with Eubank. Comes back in a rematch against Eubank. We see the versatility, we see the speed, the foot movement, and things of that nature. Those were the things that I saw.
With Ryan Garcia's next challenge approaching, Mike Coppinger reveals that Conor Benn is specifically preparing to score a knockout. Benn knows Ryan Garcia has been hurt before and wants to capitalize on that vulnerability. Coppinger believes Benn's power could be a major factor in this matchup.
Conor Benn, he's training here in Santa Monica, Max, getting ready for the big fight against Ryan Garcia. It's going to be September 12th. And I am told, and you don't hear this a lot really, I'm told that he is training for the knockout. He knows that Ryan Garcia has been stopped before, happened against Gervonta Davis. He got dropped against Rolly Romero. Conor Benn wants the knockout. He's shown that he has big power at 47. This is going to be his first fight at the weight in, I believe, 4.5 years or so.
Looking beyond the hype surrounding the matchup, Eddie Hearn questions whether Conor Benn can perform at his best at 147 pounds. He believes the weight could affect Benn's power and durability, giving Ryan Garcia an important advantage. Still, Hearn expects Benn's toughness to keep the fight interesting.
It's unbelievable, the drama. But listen, well done for everybody, because it's a good fight. It's an exciting fight for boxing.
And
who wins the fight itself? How does
I don't like Conor at 147. I don't believe he should be fighting down there. You know, I think, look, he had those 2 fights with Eubank at 160. I'm not saying he's a middleweight. He fought Regis at 150, was it, or 151? He looked terrible in that fight. 147's brutal for him now. He trains so hard, you know, but I don't think he has power down there. I don't think he'll have the chin down there. And Ryan's a world-class fighter. You know, I know he's had his defeats and sometimes he's had his off nights, but he's very sharp and he's a big puncher. But it'll be fun because Conor's got big balls. He'll have a right go.
Adding to that, Gabe Rosado believes Conor Benn's best path to victory is by knockout, as he doesn't see him winning a decision against Ryan Garcia. However, Rosado questions whether Benn will carry the same power after moving down in weight. He sees the strategy as smart, but the weight change could make the knockout much harder to achieve.
Not everyone trains for the knockout, right? Yeah. You hear a lot of fighters say, hey, I'm going to train to beat him. If the knockout comes, it comes. What does this mean to you?
I think this is the way he can win the fight, is by knockout. I don't think he can win the fight on points with Ryan. So it's smart if that's what he's aiming for, but it's going to be really tough. Him coming down from 60 to 147, that's scary. I mean, you might lose that power. You know, that's what happens most of the time when Roy Jones, perfect example. Heavyweight champion of the world, went back down to 75 and he lost that power.
Looking ahead to Ryan Garcia's matchup with Conor Benn, Gary Russell Jr. is leaning toward Ryan based on what he saw in his last performance. He believes Ryan has the ability to stop Benn, especially if Benn leaves openings and isn't defensively disciplined.
Ryan versus Conor Benn, a big one coming up here, a welterweight division, the same division, right?
Honestly, I'm going with Ryan. I liked how Ryan looked his last fight. He actually looked like a professional his last fight. I think it's going to be a good show, too. I think Ryan going to probably get Conor Benn up out of it.
You think he might get him out?
I think he might get him. He got the ability to. If Conor Benn is not defensive discipline, I can see Ryan getting him up out of it.
I guess we'll see what happens.
While talking about Benn's weight cut, Frank Smith isn't surprised that Conor Benn sees this as his final fight at 147, believing the weight may not suit him long term. He expects Benn to arrive in excellent condition, but admits that making the weight will be a difficult challenge. For Smith, moving up afterward could be the better option for Benn.
What do you make of him saying that 147, no matter what happens, that's his last fight?
Yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest. I mean, when you see him at 150, like against Regis Prograis and the performance he put in, I can't imagine it's his best weight. One thing I'll give Conor Benn, like, he's got a great team around him and he's always taken it very seriously. So, you know, he's going to go in there in the best physical condition he can do. But bear in mind, it's going to be very tough for him to make that 147 weight, so I'm not surprised he's saying.
With the weight cut becoming one of the biggest talking points ahead of the fight, Conor Benn has admitted that making welterweight is getting harder. He says this will be his final fight at the weight before moving up, making the outcome even more important for his future.
It's hard, it's brutal. This is my last fight at 147.
Your last fight what?
This is my last fight at 147. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, yeah. I haven't made 147 for 4 years, so it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds for the Eubank fights, you know, so it's hard, but, you know, we're getting it done.
So after this fight, we'll be going up to 154 pounds then?
154, 160, 168.
Okay, yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, on September 12th, how does it play out in your mind against Ryan Garcia?
I believe I'll knock him out early.
Adding to the concerns around the weight cut, Chris Mannix believes Conor Benn could be in serious trouble if making the limit drains him. He feels Garcia has the advantage physically, while Benn struggles with the weight could make for a difficult night.
Because if you're a month out, and you're already talking about the challenge of getting to this weight, a weight that he's not fought at since 2022. In his last fight, getting down to 150, he didn't look like the same guy. Didn't look like the destroyer. Didn't look like the guy that put a beating on Chris Eubank Jr. at 160 pounds. When you're now a month out talking about the struggle it is to get down to 147, and you're going to be going up against a guy that's not going to have any problem making 147. Like, Ryan Garcia is a big, tall guy, but he made 147 against Mario Barrios pretty easily, and I have no reason to believe that he can't do it again. You're going to be going into the ring with a younger, faster, stronger, more skilled, for being honest, guy in Ryan Garcia anyway, and he's going to be making the weight in a much better way than you are. That tells me this could be a really rough night for Conor Benn.
With Conor Benn's weight continuing to draw attention, Sergio Mora believes Benn is already preparing an explanation for a potential loss. He sees Benn's comments about leaving the division as a sign that weight could become his excuse if Ryan Garcia stops him.
It's got some good names there. When you hear Conor Benn say this is his last fight at 147, what do you think?
That he's already preparing to make excuses to not look good in a weight division that he clearly outgrew. When you haven't fought in a division in 4 years, that tells you your body is not responding anymore. When you go up to weight divisions and fight back-to-back fights with a natural super middleweight at middleweight in Chris Eubank Jr., then your body doesn't respond, fluctuating, going back and forth, especially to 147. Conor Benn is a 154 pounder now. I mean, I sized him up. He will fit in nicely. He'll be a small 154 pounder. He was a really muscular, strong 147 pounder. Tiny 160 pounder.
As the stakes continue to rise, Spencer Oliver says this is Conor Benn's chance to finally realize his dream of becoming a world champion, but he sees Ryan Garcia as the more proven fighter at the highest level, while Benn still has plenty to prove. For Oliver, this is Benn's biggest test yet, and now he has to back up all the talk.
It's fulfill his dream of winning a world title, and we've got the proven in Ryan Garcia against the unproven in Conor Benn, because he's never boxed at that level. Let's see if he can back up what he says, how he talks, and it's an intriguing one. That's why I put it down as one of my fights that I really wanted to see this year, because it's the known against the unknown, and Conor Benn has done a lot of talking, and now it's time to deliver. This is the launch pad for him, the acid test.
But you're both telling me it's going to be a tough night for Benn.
On what we've seen, Ryan Garcia would start a heavy favourite for me.
Heavy favourite? Heavy favourite? Yeah, heavy favourite. Really?
Yeah, we got to remember, Jim.
With so much uncertainty surrounding the matchup, Abel Sanchez sees this as a genuine 50-50 fight. Garcia's explosive power makes him dangerous throughout, while Benn's chances could depend heavily on how he handles the weight cut. If both men are at their best, Sanchez expects the fight to end in a late stoppage.
You know, that's an interesting fight. It's two guys that have been talking a lot, I guess. Ryan has just had a great fight with Barrios. He looked very good, but then he didn't look so good against Rolly. So it depends on which Garcia shows up. I think Benn coming down, hopefully he's doing it correctly. It doesn't weaken him. I look for a late knockout actually in this fight. Either way, I'm not picking one guy or the other, because if the right Conor Benn.
Sharing his prediction, Barry McGuigan gives Ryan Garcia the edge heading into the matchup. He believes moving up in weight is generally tougher for the smaller fighter, while Garcia appears to have found a division that suits him at welterweight. McGuigan also questions whether Conor Benn has returned to welterweight too late, but believes Benn's fighting spirit still gives him a chance.
It's more difficult for the smaller guys. It's more difficult for them to jump up weight divisions. I think Garcia has finally found the weight he's most suitable at. I think he's a danger man at 147, and I think it might, maybe Conor has left it a little bit too late to make 147 again, and I think that could be his Achilles heel. That could be his difficulty, and I think I make Garcia a slight favourite, but I would never write off Conor Benn. He's got a chance with anybody. He's got that fight in hand.
Looking closely at the stylistic matchup, Liam Goff believes Conor Benn and his team know exactly how dangerous Ryan Garcia can be at his best. He sees Garcia as faster and better in almost every area, with Benn's size being his main advantage. But if the weight cut leaves Benn weakened, Goff feels even that edge could disappear, opening the door for Garcia to score a stoppage.
I think that Conor Benn and his team, they know this fight. Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia turns up like he did against, and I know you can say what you want to say about the Devin Haney fight, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, and sometimes he doesn't, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, he knocks Conor Benn out. Doesn't just be he knocks him out. Simple as. Because Ryan Garcia is way better, way faster, just way better in every department than Conor Benn is, in my opinion. The only thing Conor Benn would have over him is size, but if he's struggling to make the weight, well then the size really doesn't become a factor, because you might have the weight over him, but if you're as weak as anything, if a feather could knock you over, well what good is the size then? you know?
With all the focus now turning toward a potential Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch, Ryan first has to get past Conor Benn. The predictions are split, the pressure is high, and both fighters have plenty to prove. But if Ryan gets the win, the Devin rematch could be waiting, and the rivalry could finally be settled once and for all.